Ladies and gentlemen, he's here! It is the Vobes Show with me, Richard Vobes. Hello, it's the 4th of... I nearly said December then. It's the 4th of January 2018. I'm Richard Vobes, and this is the Friday night True or False show. Is it true that it is the 4th of January and not December 2018? Yes, I think that is true. Tonight is True and False night on the Vobes Show. I'm going to ask you a series of true and false statements, and you have to tell me whether they are in fact true or false. And that's how it's all going to work. It's going to be great. And later on, you, lovely viewer, are going to have the chance to ask me some true or false questions. So go away whilst we're chatting every now and again and see if you can think of a true or false statement so that you can test me, ladies and gentlemen. There are no prizes in this. There are no prizes. It's just the fun of taking part. That's what it's all about here on the Vobes Show. You're very welcome. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. I hope everything is in sync. If it isn't, just let me know and I can't do a thing about it. But it's always nice to know that you're there, struggling, desperately trying to make contact. Is he there? Is anybody there? Earth to the Vobes, Earth to the Vobes. We mere mortals want to contact him. Who knows? Who knows if he's there? Emily Champion apparently is out there. Robert Crozer is there. Kevin Hall, Kushti Phil, and the lovely Maya is out there. Wendy Wakelin and Cynthia Walder, to name but a few. Of course, I have to do the honours with the thingamajig and just move it down a bit. Let's have a look and see who else is there. Simon Brown, Lynn Bussey, David Carey, Andy Dalgleish. Andy Dalgleish gets a big round of applause. He made a massive donation to the old baldy one-eyed Kenobi, which is very kind of you. Thank you very much, Andy. Do need those donations to keep coming in, to keep the Vobes managing to do what he does, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is my full-time job. You may not realise it, but I am relying on all you lovely people to support the efforts that we do here. If you enjoy it, and you do seem to enjoy it, if you want me to keep coming back, then, you'd have to put your hand in your little pocket and just throw a little bit of cash. You know, the price of a cup of tea every month would be superb. If you think that I am worthy, ladies and gentlemen, of buying him a pint once a month so that he can pop up on your screen at home. You don't have to go out into the cold. You can stay at home and watch this. It's a bit cheaper than the BBC each month, in fact, if you were to do that. So there you go, something to think about. Although you don't get as much choice, but you do get one man probably working harder than anybody else at the BBC, running around doing all the stuff that he does. Steve Pilfold is there. Thank you very much. Nice of you to join me. That's very good. Hang on, let's see if there's any other comments coming through. I'm just moving the thing down. Richard Suggett, Fiona Cooper, sorry about this. I just coming down. Is it true that we are playing the true and false game, or is it false? Says the lovely somebody or other. Just saw your name and it is gone. I think that was what's the name thingamajig from up north in there. I can't see it. It's gone. What a shame. Cynthia Julian is here. Linda Kane is here. Steve Pilfold. Claire Leach, hang on, let me get the comment thing to start working. The lovely Julia is there as well. Mark Selwood, Henry, David, Alan. He says, when you said that's what it's all about, is it true or false? We were intending to get a line from the Hokey Cokey in there. Oh, maybe if I knew songs very well, I could try and get them into the show, but I don't actually know the lyrics of songs very well. The lovely Julia will tell you how misguided I am on song lyrics. Mark Selwood says, hello, Nikki. Hello, Nikki. Can you do your private love-in somewhere else, please? Claire Leach says, hi, all. Lynn Bussey says, hi. Which is very nice. Anne Evans has... lovely Julia has joined yet again, which is great. Anyway, welcome, one and all. It's lovely to have you on this Friday. Hasn't it gone cold? Hasn't it gone cold? It has gone very, very cold, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you've stepped outside your door. Here in the UK, down in jolly old Worthing, it is freezing cold. I've been out and about a little bit today, not filming any walks and stuff. Far too cold for all that nonsense. Although the sun was shining, I should have been out and about. The lovely Cynthia Julian and I went out yesterday in that miserable day to do the Devil's Jumps. And that's all looking very nice. It's not quite edited together, but I've looked at the rushes and it looks lovely. And the lovely little dog, Echo, which looks fantastic. He, she... Is it a she? Actually, I can't remember whether Echo is a boy or girl. I imagine it's a girl, is it? Because I didn't see a little dangly thing underneath. You know what I mean. So, yeah, we did that, and we went around humping about like the devil does on his jumps, doing the hokey dokey. Judith Oakley is here. Rachel Horton is actually Daniel. Hello, Daniel. Claire Leach says, get a room, Nikki and Mark. Yes, get a room, for goodness sake. Don't do it on the Vobes stuff. We've got the idea. Nikki and Mark are together, and it's very sweet. But can you please? There are things like WhatsApp and Messenger and the telephone and postal services and other things like that. You can do your loving stuff. Hello, baby. Hello, darling. You can do all that there. It's been very sweet, but do you know what? When you're not part of that relationship, none of us are allowed to get a nosy in there. When you're not part of it, it becomes a little bit, stick your throats down your fingers. No, wait, that's the other way around. Put your fingers down your throat. There! We're very happy for you, and it's great you've done it on the show and all the rest of it, and you're probably cavorting with me in the background on the television. Who knows what you've been doing? But we'd rather not hear about it anymore. All right, nice, but we still like you. We love you to bits. I hope you're smiling, hope you're grinning. But really and truly, it's your affair, not all of ours. There we go. Glenn Johnson says it is freezing cold. It blooming well is. Kevin Hall says they're at it again, those two lovebirds. Yes, they are. Maya is saying, I resemble the Michelin Man if I step out at the moment. Oh, you've got to put in a great big, warm, cuddly, cosy coat. That was the word I was looking for. Coat. Ian Beddoes is out there. He says, can't stay, I'm afraid. Full of cold and off to bed. Oh, Ian. Poor old Ian. He's not very well, ladies and gentlemen. He's all upset and ill. It's a shame. What you need is, we used to call Ian, by the way, IB. That used to be, because Ian Beddoes is his name, IB, you see. What you need, IB, is some ibuprofen. See what I did there? Yeah. So he says, if you do anything exciting, let me know and I'll watch it tomorrow. Yeah, the whole show is going to be thoroughly exciting. It's going to be absolutely spiffing. We're going to do true or false, ladies and gentlemen, in today's show a little bit later on. So I want you to think of some true or false statements and test them out on me as well. Because it's only fair we go it both ways. I will be rubbish at it, but then you knew that anyway. Lovely John Berger, all the way from Pennsylvania, has arrived. Hello, John. Hope you're well. Yes, it's like a fridge, says Daniel. So that's not very nice. Mark Selwood says, there is 100 good miles separating us at the moment, Claire. Yeah, there might be 100 good miles, but there are plenty of other apps and things that you can do that, okay? So there we go. Kevin Hall says, it was lovely walking around Midhurst Common and ended up taking my jacket off. Well, there we are. That's what happens. I've been holding this cup of tea. I've been dying to have a slug of something. Mark Selwood says, we've only just said hi to each other. Yes, I know. And the thing is, we're just nipping it in the bud. We're nipping it in the bud. Otherwise, there'll be love hearts, there'll be kisses, there'll be clothes coming off, there'll be people throwing their knickers in the air. We don't want any of that. No, it's a family show on this, you see. Mark Garner has joined. Hello, Mark. How are you? You still down in Salisbury, or have you not Salisbury, in the other Gloucester? Are you still down there, or have you moved about? Are you somewhere else, at some other cathedral, at some other religious institution, doing the old history stuff? Be interested to know all about that. Linda Kane says, and breathe. Yes, it's very important that we do breathe. Nice, gentle breathing exercises on a Friday night in the cold. Maybe we should all do this outside, but perhaps we'll take the cameras outside next week in the snow, because there's bound to be snow coming, these sort of temperatures. We'll all stand out in the snow, freezing our nuts off. Why not? And if you haven't got any nuts, maybe you've got bolts. Maybe you've got bolts. If you haven't got nuts and bolts. My dad used to do a joke. About nuts and bolts. He said he always liked to eat nuts and bolts on the train. Don't know why it was on a train, but it was on a train. He always said, I always like to eat nuts and bolts. Yes, every day I can always bolt down a few nuts. That was the joke. Bless him. He recorded that on 1/4-inch tape many, many years ago, and I picked it up when I was rifling through some of his stuff, when he was alive and kicking, actually. Daniel says, I'm going 2 things at once, listening to the radio and watching the Vobe show on Facebook. Now, listen, Daniel, I know you're a clever chap. Here's the instructions of the evening, all right? Here's the instructions. Walk over to the radio, switch it off, anti-clockwise, turn the knob anti-clockwise. And actually, whilst you're there, see the volume on the Vobes show on your laptop, computer, tablet, however you're watching. Whack up the volume, open your window, so the rest of the world knows that you're watching the Vobes show. That would be good, all right? We want people to know that you're actually watching the Vobes show. That would be marvellous. Or invite us all to join in, says Maya. Well, you can all join in. We'll all go out into the snow, because we can't do carol singing now because poor old Carol's lost her voice. Christmas has been, you see, the goose has been eaten. We can't have any of that. Matthew Holdsworth. Hello, Matthew, matey. Good to see you up there in Reigate. Nice to have you on board. Get well soon, IB, says Richard Suggett, who's been wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, and wrestling with his latest video. Yes, wrestling. Let me have another slurp of this coffee, get that out of the way. Maya says, who is going on the photo a day challenge? Now, what is this? I wonder if somebody could explain. I did see somebody post, I can't remember who it was. Hang on a minute. Colin Brown was talking about this photo a day challenge. So what? You've got to take a photograph and post it every day. Here's another challenge for you. How about making a 10-minute video and posting that every day? Yeah. Anyone likely to do that? Anybody come to mind who might do a video for 10 minutes or I post a picture every day on the group. Every day you may have noticed, perhaps you haven't, perhaps you're blind, perhaps you've all had your eyes poked out after listening to the Vobe and thinking, I want to join him, I want to have my eye poked out just like him. In fact, I'm going to go one step further, I'll poke both of them out. Maybe that's what you thought. Well, you may have noticed that actually the group heading page, the photo on the top there, that changes every day. So have I already won that? I've already been doing that for about 18 months, 365 days. Seems a bit easy, posting a picture, but maybe you could tell me a little bit about posting the picture. It'd be quite interesting. I've done my coffee now, so I'm all psyched up, I'm all raring to go on today's show. It's very good. If you're watching, by the way, on YouTube, the Tube of Views. If you're watching on the Tube of Views, let me just tell you, this is a repeat. Unfortunately, I don't get a repeat fee. There is nobody out there going, oh yes, we're playing it again, Sam, so give him another couple of £100. No, nothing like that happens. I don't even get the couple of £100 to begin with, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe I should have a whip round. Danny Harris has put up a picture of a pig. At least I think it's a pig. I'm looking at it. It looks like a pig, which is nice. Steve Peel Falso's evening, Richard. True or false? Is it evening? Well, it is evening where I am standing from, but maybe people are watching this in all different parts of the world, and that may be false, because it may be that they're watching it in a morning, or perhaps they're watching the rerun when they could be watching it at any time, which is interesting. To be fair, he does have 2 ears. Who does it 2 ears? The pig. Are you saying the pig has 2 ears? Glenn Johnson says, I'm checking in online and watching. Thank you, Glenn. Are you delivering any of your hot tubs at the moment? Or are you sitting in one of your hot tubs and doing that? Are you about to, get out there and do the singing and the guitar playing and the band stuff that you do? How's your legs? Are they bandy as well? No, of course they're not. Don't be silly. Matthew Holter says, maybe it's time for wassailing. I don't think it is, actually. Not here, not in the old Vobe studio. We don't do any of that nonsense here, don't you know? Mark Silwood, we should be nice to, though. Mark Silwood says, our neighbours always know when I'm listening to the Vobe show with my shouting at the screen. Richard, will you stop going on about me and Nikki? For goodness sake, Richard, I can't cope with it anymore. I've gone out and bought a gimbal, and now I was making my videos, and now you've taken away the gallery show. Well, we haven't taken it away. We've got a different thing for the gallery show. We haven't got any video in the gallery show yet. I do still have some videos from the lovely Kevin Hall, so they may make an appearance. Good old Kevin is working very hard to make some more videos for us, which is fantastic. Thank you, Kevin. He's a lovely bloke. Emily Champion says, I went out naked in the snow once and my husband shut the door on me. I'm not having a strumpet in the house looking like you. How about that, eh? That's outrageous. Outrageous. It was a good joke, though, wasn't it? Good game. And in the morning, what were you like? Were you a big ice cube? Had you gone off? Had you run away with the snowman? Hello, snowman. I'll melt your heart. Come here. Rest yourself by my big bosoms. Maybe not. Danny Harris is LOLing, which I used to think LOLing was lots of laughs or lots of love or lots of lice. Have you got lots of lice? Check your hair. Check your hair. Matthew Holtwood says, make sure people check out Josh's video on the Sisbury Ring Walk if you haven't. There's a honest plug for you. The young man has been busy wrestling with 1/4-inch tape and Super 8mm film to bring you the wonderful Josh's blocky video stuff. So do and check it out. I don't think actually it is very blocky. I think it's very crystal clear and probably amazing. So check out the lovely Josh's channel. Matthew, perhaps you could put the link up to the URL, as they say. Could you put a URL up so people can do it? But don't do it now, because the Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi's on. For goodness sake, come on, let's have some decorum here. Richard Suggett says, wrestling and struggling to find the right music for my video. Yes, where are you looking? Where are you looking? There's lots of different copyright-free libraries out there. You just have to put copyright-free library out there. bensound.com is always good. Some of it's free. Some of it you pay for. I actually paid for the gallery song. The gallery song? I paid bensound.com. I paid for the music that I use for the gallery. And I don't think there is any limitation on how many times I can use it or what different videos I can use it on. I don't even have to credit him because I paid very good money, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it came out of patrons' money, of course. Came out of patrons' money. Oh, it's thousands. That's what I'm telling the tax office. Thousands. It was I can't remember what it was, about 25 quid, something like that. Dean Cooper. Hello, Dean. Lovely to see you. Thank you. Don't look so mean, Dean. Very nice. So now, what else is going on? Andrew Graham. Hello, Andrew. The Grumpy Explorer Show. No, not so grumpy. Nice to see Andrew Graham. We used to have a bloke that rang into the Vobes show when I used to do it as a podcast called David Graham. We used to have fun because he was a young bloke. We used to take mickey out of him. Now, of course, he's about 6 foot something or other, and he comes round and beats me up on a Friday evening at 9:30, just after the show. You don't see it because the weekend comes along and all the bruises have gone by Monday, which is handy. Now, Matthew says, my parents, when they lived in... Oh, it's just gone. Hang on, let me just find... Hang on, Matthew, hang on. There's lots of comments coming on here. He says, my parents, when they lived in Sussex, would go wassailing around the apple orchard near the White Horse in Maplehurst on the 12th night with Magog and Broadwater Morris. Not Gog and Magog. Oh, I've met Gog and Magog. Yes, I know several Gog and Magogs. There's Gog and Magog the Trees down at Glastonbury. There's Gog and Magog... the Two Hills near Petworth, and there's Gog and Magog. I can't tell you about those two Gog and Magogs. Oh my Gog and Magog, but I've met them, I can tell you. And very nice they are too. Kushti Phil is out there saying, too much information, Emily. Yeah, too much information, Emily, for goodness sake. Robert Crozer, he says it's all right. It's a right loving, LOL. Nikki Jess, oh, here we go. Richard, you should... hang on, I can't see what you're saying, Nikki. There's something obscuring the thing. Wait a minute, Nikki. She says, you should be happy that we are together because of you. Yes, I am happy. I'm very happy. But, you know, there's rubbing your nose in it as well. We don't want to do that. Claire Leach, wassail! I am a Victorian baker. What? I saw a Victorian baker. I didn't think you were a Victorian baker. Over Christmas, and it's bread soaked in milk in beer. It looked yuck. Yes. How's the drone, Claire? Have you got the drone up? That's what we want to know. Are you flying your drone yet? I understand there's a vacancy at Gatwick. Dean Cooper, good evening, Richard. Just got in and straight on into the show. Well, yeah, don't even bother to put your coat on, off, your hat on the stand. Just get straight into the show because it's going to be great. Eleni Champion says, I screamed around and I expect the neighbours enjoyed it. Look at me, in the nude. Look at me, I'm so rude. And you probably, how did you get back in? Did you crawl in through the window or the cat flap? Be interested to know. So there, anyway, that's all good fun. Right, let us do some true or false, ladies and gentlemen, and see how we get on with this, okay? Now, I've taken the quiz online. I'll credit whose quiz it is at the end. Because if I mention who it is now, you'll all go away and look up the answers, won't you? So, you know, it's only fair. So, here we go. Here's the first question. You can tell me. Now, I want you to think of a question to put to me. So I'm going to ask you one question. This is how it's going to work, you see. I shall ask you one question, and you can tell me whether it's true or false. And then you will ask me a question. Maybe several will come up at once, and I will try and get them right, and you can tell me whether they're true or false, and then we will repeat the process, okay? It's Friday night. It's Friday night fun night with the old Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi. Why not? Why not? Okay, so here's the question. Number one is, the statement is, an emu cannot fly. An emu cannot fly. Is that true or is that false? An emu cannot fly. True or false? I would like to know. In the meantime, let's have your questions, okay? Mark Selwood is saying, I need to watch Josh's video, Matthew. It's just been a busy day. Of course it's been a busy day. It's been a busy day for everybody, you know what I mean? And there's the URL. Well done, Matthew. Thank you very much for shoving it up, which is great. Shirley Ward. Hello, Shirley. How are you there in jolly old Shoreham? I bet in Shoreham you're very cold over that neck of the woods. I've seen the ice flow come in and out the harbour. Richard Suggett is saying, I'm checking loads of different sites for music, just got a load of tunes. Now, of course, don't check. I've just suddenly thought people will Google these answers, won't they? Don't Google the answers. YouTube free music. Yes, YouTube free music is good. That's a good one. Rachel, Daniel Horden is going ever so fast this evening. I am trying to keep up, by the way, but it's gone very fast. And I seem to have lost, where are you, Daniel? Here we go. Daniel says, Richard, just to let you know that I'm helping. Hang on. I keep moving. Every time everyone types, it just disappears. Hold on a second. He says, every time, I'll let you know I'm helping in a charity shop down the Strand near Worthing tomorrow. If you want to come down to the charity shop and have a look, the shop sells furniture for your kitchen. Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's very kind. I have got quite a bit on tomorrow, but if I can, I will. I can't make any promises. I really can't. But it's a night. Give me a bit more notice next time. Gog and Magog, Two Hills in Cambridgeshire. Yeah, the two hills I'm thinking about are outside Petworth, actually. It's interesting. Victorian Baker, is that a euphemism? Of course it's a euphemism. Who said that? I can't remember. That was Claire Leach. Yeah, it's bound to be a euphemism if we know Claire Leach. Dean Cooper says, I didn't computer straight on, then still in my work boots. There you go, Dean. Good man. Just in time for the old Vobie. So, our first question is, we want the answer. Is it true or false that an emu cannot fly? You're supposed to be participating in this, otherwise this will all go pants, you see. Claire says, I have to recharge my drone, Richard, as it keeps crashing. What, you're not supposed to crash the blooming thing. It's just supposed to stay up in the air, isn't it? Aren't they? I thought they were all foolproof these days. You just go beep, 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 and it just sits there. And then when you're ready, it comes back, lands on your hand. That's how I've always thought. And so that would be good. So Matthew Holdsworth is, here's a question. True or false? It's just coming. Hang on, waiting for it to move up the screen. Somebody type something. There we go, that's it. True or false? My dinner is ready and I have to go. I bet that's true. Because Matthew always disappears. Matthew, are you unable to take the show with you and watch it whilst you're eating? Oh, no, of course, that'd be very rude. It'd be very rude. Oh, sorry, love, and children. Sorry about that. I'm watching the Vobes show and it's just for me. No, of course, you go off and have your dinner. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about the rest of us. Richard Suggett says, what was Emily doing outside nude in the first place? Yeah, we want to know that. Is that true or is that false? That would be interesting. False. Josh ate it. Oh, right. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that's. So nobody's actually playing my game. So that was a waste of time, wasn't it? Waste of research, getting it all together. Nobody wants to. So here we go. That was the first question. You're now also supposed to be asking me whether it's true or a true or false question. Pam Earnshaw saying it's true. Oh, finally, they're coming through now, finally. The delay must be... it's like, I should have asked the question at the beginning of the show, and by the end of the show, thanks to the delay, it will actually come through. Daniel says true, because you're too busy Googling the answer. You're not supposed to... This is knowledge, general knowledge. You've got to guess yourself. Don't Google it. That's cheating. What's the point? There's no prize. You're just showing out. You're just trying to look like you're, smarty pants. But the thing is, you've cheated. So That's how that goes, you see. If you know you've cheated, so don't Google the answer. Robert Crosses says, a love in with Nikki and Co. Yeah, that'd be a show on its own. I think that would be a private show. We'll be charging a love in with Mark and Nikki, 20 quid for 20 minutes. 20 quid for 20 minutes. You want an hour? 60 quid. That's fair. Love in with Mark and Nikki. It's a new show. It's coming Saturday night. It's the X-rated show. It'll be on about 10:30 after the threshold. After the threshold, when all the kids have gone to bed and they're too busy watching Angry Birds on replay, then you can watch Mark and Nikki and the extra and the adult show, which will be, as I say, at about 10:30. 20 quid. Checks payable to Richard Vobes. All right, care of the Bald Explorer House in Worthing. If you send that would be good. Emily Champion says false. They can't fly. Linda Kane says true. They can't fly. Claire Leach says I didn't hear the question. Oh, I've only said it a few times. What are you doing, Claire? You doing the washing up, clanging the saucepans and smashing the crockery together? What are you? Are you recharging your drone, I suppose? Bzzz. What, Richard? What, Richard? Bzzz. I'm just recharging the drone. Bzzz. The drone. Bzzz. That's the sort of sound that I imagine your drone makes. May not make that noise. It may be much more higher pitched. Mark Selwood says, I guess that statement is false. Thank you very much. So, people don't know. People don't know the answer. Well, I don't know the bloody answer, do I? I've just got the questions in front of me. I have no idea. No, I do actually have the answer. So, I'll put you out your misery on that one. I'll put you on your misery. I've got to look it up now because I don't actually know. The answer is true. It is true that emus cannot fly. Cannot fly. So, I need a true and false question now from you. You asked me a true or false question. This is how it works. It's all very exciting. You asked me a true or false question, and I will attempt to answer the question. Other people can take part. They can answer. You know, this is all about people joining in. This is all about engagement. You see, ladies and gentlemen, it's engagement. So who's got the first question to ask the old Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi? True or false question, you know. It's got to be a proper question. Can't be just a hypothetical nonsense. It's got to be a real question. So get your act together. Henry David says that EMU stands for Electric Multiple Unit, and they can't fly unless you go to somewhere Wuppertal in Germany. Only railway enthusiasts will understand what I'm on about. Yes, thanks very much for raising the tone to such an intellectual level that the rest of us now feel completely ignorant and not part of the conversation whatsoever. You've done a good job. Richard Suggett says, I can't reply directly to anyone, so apologies for that. Emily, that explains it, them damn emus. Not quite sure what that is. Kushti Phil says, true, false, true, emus can't fly. That's correct. That is, no, what? True, yes, that's right. It is true. It is true. We've got that. Jason Beeching has joined. Hello, Jason. Very nice to see you. True or false, what time is it? Well, that's not a true or false question, is it? True or false, what time is it? That time will only be true twice in a 24-hour period. Is that right? Unless it's AM and PM, of course, and then it won't necessarily be. So I am playing your game, says Daniel. Yes, but you're not playing it properly. You can't... What time is it? True or false? That's not a question. It has to be a statement. A statement. You. It's like teaching your grandmother to suck eggs, this. You make a statement like, the sky is blue. True or false? Well, you know, you can look up in the sky and go, well, it's not blue, is it really? Not technically. It's dark, isn't it? It's black. So that's how that works. Dear, oh dear. I thought, I thought, what would be good? What would work on this? What kind of game would be good, I thought. And, I spent some time sitting mulling this over. And I thought, I know what would be good. True or false statements. We did What's in the Box on Monday or whatever it was, Wednesday. And I thought, I don't want to repeat myself. We think of another game. Oh, yeah, this will be a good game, I thought. Yeah, good game. All right, my love, let's look at the old floorboard. Eric and Ernie, 2 points. Ernie and Eric, 5. So, well done to you two. And good luck to you. Commiseration. Didn't they do well? I thought it'd be a great idea. And now you're coming out with questions when it should be statements. So let's see what this... Boom Chick Wawa. Not quite sure what that is. Mark Selwood says, just watch our Kew Gardens video. Look, this isn't a public broadcast for your own personal adverts. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. All right. If you've got a YouTube video, you've got a video you want everyone to watch, you know, I'm sure Mark English will be up there next telling us something about his spiral investigations. We've already had Matthew Holdsworth telling us a marvellous, come and watch, everybody watch Josh. And now Mark Selwood's saying, here, go and watch my... I'll just wait, shall I? Shall I just wait till you've all... Perhaps you'll all like to go to the cinema this evening and go and watch the new Stan and Ollie movie. Maybe there's something else. Perhaps there's some obscure programme on Channel 5 you'd like to watch. Or maybe you're all watching on Netflix and this Vobes bloke just seems to be getting in the way again. It's all right, I don't mind. I can wait. I'll wait till you're all ready. I mean, you know, I've got nothing else better to do on a Friday night. No, I've got some nice cold coffee here to be drinking, I can tell you. In fact, I'm not even going to bother with that. It's been sitting there for so long, it's not nearly gone off. Right, let's see if anyone else has got a question. Is there anybody sensible out there? Daniel says, I've got a question. What time? Not again, Daniel. What is the matter with you, boy? What is the matter with you? You can't keep asking me a question. It's a state. Oh, why do I bother? Why do I bother? I do not know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Wear a Silly Hat and Look a Fool. There we are. Wear a silly hat and look a fool. Yes, it's a new game show. If you've got a hat in your house that you can look a fool in, I would like you to wear a silly hat and look a fool. Send me a picture. Post it on the Vobes show. Post it in the comments. Take a picture. Here we are. New game. Just invented it. Take your phone out. I haven't got my phone on me. It's being charged. If you've got your phone, all right, find a hat. You've only got half an hour to do this. Take a picture of yourself on your phone. Click. In a hat. This new game, forget all the hours of the research that I did for the true and false stuff. Forget all of that. Find a hat, a comedy hat, any kind of hat, doesn't matter what it is. And I've got another hat over here. Look, I've got another hat here. This is a comedy hat. I want you to put on a comedy hat, put on a silly face with your comedy hat, take the photograph and then post it in the... I don't know if you can do that. I have no idea whether you can do that, but if you can... Post it in the comments. Who will be the first person to do that will get a big round of applause. That's all. There's no prizes. It's all the taking part. It's the fun of taking part. Somebody will do this. Who is it going to be? A comedy hat. It doesn't. Even if you haven't got a hat, just put a cup on your head. That could be a hat or a pudding bowl. It doesn't really matter what it is, or a saucepan. Anything. Stick something on your head. Okay, I'm making it easier for you. Stick something. Doesn't matter what it is on your head. Take a picture. Post it in the comments. Who will be the first one? First one that I see wins a round of applause from moi. All right? So put that on your pipe and smoke it. Let's see if anyone's actually going to do that. Good evening, says Ed Keeley. Hello, Keeley. Hello, Ed. Lovely. Finally, somebody sensible. Somebody sensible has arrived, which is great. Nice to see you, Ed. Hope you are well and doing good things. Still thinking about this audio thing that you were telling me. I could do a radio show, but it's promoting it, getting people to listen, people to be interested in it, people to want to listen to the old Vobie one-eyed Kenobi at a right old nightmare. You know, what have I got to offer anybody? That's the thing. People aren't even playing my game. I spent hours working on it. Well, not hours, you know, a few minutes. I spent minutes, seconds even, looking up true and false questions. Maya says, here's one for you. True or false? When I was born many moons ago, I was switched at birth. Is that true or false? That's a good one, Maya. I like that. Were you switched at birth? Let me think. Is that true or false? Is it likely that you were switched at birth? I'm going to go true. It has to be true. It's so obscure. It's so bizarre. Is that a true story? I'd be interested to know, Maya. I think that's brilliant. Incredible but true. Says Andy Dalgleish. But is it? Richard, please, can you advise my YouTube channel? Advise you about what? Be more specific, young man. What? Calm down, Richard Vobes says. Calm down. I'm going to go up there to Carlisle, mate. Come on. I'm ready for it now. I shall march up there this evening. You better be ready. I'll be there about 3 in the morning. John Berger says, false. I'm a Yankee. What is this tea thing that you mention? He's talking to somebody else. Emmy champion, this is hilarious. Oh, Thank you, Emily. Thank you. I order you now, Emily, to go back outside in the nude, and go and make a snow. Oh, there's no snow. Damn it. You won't be able to do it. Judith Oakley says the volume of blood circulating in our bodies is around 10 litres. True or false? That's a good question, Judith Oakley. The volume of our blood circulating around in our bodies is about 10 litres. Well, if it's 8 pints, 10 litres doesn't sound enough. So I'm going to say false. I bet it's about 12. Kushti Phil's also saying 8 pints. So what is that in litres? Is that 10 litres? I don't know how many litres you get to a pint, but I reckon it's about 12 litres. I'm just guessing. So that'd be interesting. There's a silly hat. Judith Oakley has put a picture. That's not a photograph, Judith. That's not a photograph. I know you don't. I've met you, remember? I've met you. That may be a self-portrait. That's true. Maybe a self-portrait, but it's not you. The lovely Billy Lindsay, my son. My son is upstairs. He can hear me. He can hear me shouting away. He's draining the internet. We may stutter. Bless him. Hello, Billy. Hello, Billy. Hello, Billy. I could talk to him out the door. I can open the door here. Hello, Billy. Hello. Here, Billy. Come. I can do this. Look, this is how magical we can do it. This is Billy. Look, there he is. There's the camera up there. Look, see? And there's a delay.
Oh, okay.
So you just joined.
Yeah.
You could hear me shouting.
I was making food.
He was making food, and he thought, I'm going to find out what my dad's up to. So this is. Look, you're getting all the emojis there. They love you. Look, the thumbs up. Can we have some hearts, please, for the lovely Billy, please? Can we have some hearts for the lovely Billy? There's a delay of about 30 seconds. Sometimes I think the delay is like 4 hours with this lot. You know, they're a bit dozy out there. Can we have some hearts? There we go. There we are. There's the hearts. Marvellous. You see, they are like sheep. They are like... I'm so rude. I know them so well, you see. I know them so well. So what do you make? So this is my lovely son, Billy, who's joined. What are you cooking for your dinner?
Vegetable lasagna.
Vegetable lasagna?
Don't ask me what's in it, because we made it yesterday.
Oh, what kind of vegetables? Ones that are grown out of the ground.
And brought at the store.
Oh, yeah. At the Morrison's. Shush, don't say it out loud. Well, vegetable lasagna is making, ladies and gentlemen. That's very nice. Is that true or is that false?
It's true.
It's true. It's true. And it's yesterday's leftovers.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Well, thank you very much, Billy, for coming in.
You didn't answer my question.
Oh, what was your question?
Am I the milkman's son?
Ah, yes. Are you the... Now,
that's a family...
This is a family joke. You see, Billy always wants to know, is he the milkman's son? Because I always used to joke and say he wasn't one of ours because he's ginger. Underneath there, look. I'm bald. and so I'm not ginger. And Dawn was fair-haired, mousy-coloured hair. And the other two, well, what colour hair was... Well, brown, weren't they? They were both brown. Stan is brown.
Georgie was brown.
And Georgie was brown. I'm not talking about the skin colour. They weren't little brown boys and girls. They were brown-haired. And but Billy came out ginger. And so we always used to say, well, you're not one of ours. You're the milkman's. But actually, it's not so, because you are one of ours. Because my dad used to, when he was your age, he had similar hair, and then it turned darker, and then it went grey.
Yeah, well, my hair's turned darker over the years.
Yeah, is it going to
apart from the facial?
Apart from the facial hair, so you'll be grey soon, and you'll be old,
almost 65.
Old and miserable like your dad. Oh, so there we are, my lovely son. I'm very proud of him. He's a big muscle boxer, not muscle boxer, muscle person who lifts up those heavy things. Weight trainer. I'll get it. Yes, weight trainer. So, yeah, it's how lovely. Anyway, go back and do your dinner.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Bill. Oh, mind the pie. There we are. He's just fallen down the cellar, poor old chap. So it's very nice to see him. But anyway, he's watching from the kitchen. Monitoring his dear old dad, because he can hear his dad bellowing in the room. That was nice, wasn't it? It was nice. A little bit of family moment there. Did you get that? Did you see that? It was like a little bit of love in there with dad and son. Lovely. Very nice. Very nice. Meanwhile, of course, yes, that's right, Robert, son of Richard Vobes. He's going to take over the show when I cannot be asked to do it any longer. You know, when you lot don't behave, Billy will be here doing a few weightlifting instructions. Danny Harris says, Billy, have you hidden Dad's pills? Yes, he probably has, actually. Good to see Billy. Daniel says Billy is wearing a hat. He is wearing a hat. Yes, he's wearing, at least Billy is wearing a hat, and he's actually, you know, not only did he didn't have to post a picture in the comments. He's actually was here on the post a picture on the live thing. Andrew Graham says, true or false? The Chinese have just landed a spacecraft on the dark side of the moon. I think that's true, isn't it? I think I heard about something like that. The Chinese are trying to sort of prove that they've got some lunar module out there, that they are as much loonies as we are. I think that is true. Let me know. Is that true or false? Have we got any more? Did anybody? I just need to check back to see if anybody else has got any more true or false statements. They're all talking about Billy. Amazing. Hello. 4.55. Oh, hang on. Margaret Peacock. 4.5 to 5.5 litres of blood in a human. So, can't post... Oh, you can't post photos. Thank you. So you can't post a picture of that gamer's out the window, then post it. Because, you know, you could post a picture of your front door. Post a picture of your animal. We can't do any of that. That's a shame. We'll have to do it on a... Maybe Mr... I don't know if Mr. Pilfold is out there. I haven't seen him. I wonder if Mr. Pilfold can come up with a web page that we can post it to. I mean, I suppose people could post it on Facebook itself, couldn't we? On Facebook, no, you can't. We'd have to have maybe we'd have to have a Vobes show group, so for games and things, which would be great. Martin Snow has arrived. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you. False. There is no dark side of the moon. There is, however, the far side of the moon. But have they landed a craft? That's the question. Have they landed a craft? It's true about the moon, says Margaret Peacock. It's a trick question. Emily says, how is your daughter doing abroad, Vobes? That is another trick question. Yes, she is in New Zealand, and we did have a chat with her. Do you know, in New Zealand at the moment, it's summer. Oh, yes. Yeah, don't talk to me about Georgie out there going on the lovely time up the mountains and then on the lakes. And she posts pictures of her in speedboats with her mates floating, you know, zooming about and having a lovely time. Oh, yes. She's having a whale of it. While we're all freezing our nuts off, she's out there on the beach, you know, all of this, getting bronze and looking lovely. Yes, charming that is. We'll get our own back, though. We'll get our own back when the summer comes here. You know, thanks to man-made global warming, which, by the way, is not a real thing, we're all going to have such a hot summer soon. The whole world will be nice. We'll be all sizzling. It'll be lovely. So there we go. Well, you won the game, says Daniel. Oh, marvellous. What are we doing on the time? I'll give you another couple of questions. Here we go. Another couple of questions on the true or false. Okay, so here we are. Next question. A dowager is the widow of a peer or a baronet. Is that true or false? A dowager is a widow of a peer or a baronet. True or false? What do you think? And the second question is, Julie Andrews was the original Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady. Is that true or false? So there we are. Julie Andrews was the original Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady. True or false? Let me know what you think. True or false, Richard? Was my hair white when I was young? Oh, I wonder how old you were. True or false? Was your hair white when you were young? I'm going to say false. I'm going to say false, Richard. I don't believe a word of it. I don't think that your hair was white for one moment, unless you dyed it for some reason. John Berger says, uh-oh, he's on the global warming again. No, I don't believe it. I think it's rubbish. I will be vindicated. You will see. Glenn Johnson says, yes, Richard. Yes. You could go to the beach, Richard, and relax. Yeah, I could go to the beach and freeze my bits off. Judith says true. Robert says true. I don't know which one you're saying true to. First or the second one? True. Number 2, true, says Linda Kane. Dave Baker says true. Number 1, she says, is true. Robert Cross is saying true. Yes, Julie Andrews was the first Eliza Doolittle, says Maya. Mark Selwood says true. Yes, Julie Andrews was the original one. Emily Champion says My Fair Lady was written as Pygmalion. That's right, by George Bernard Shaw. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Vobes. Just for getting that in. Everyone knew that. got replaced by Audrey Hepburn for the film. Oh, that's interesting. Kevin Hall says, My Fair Lady is false. Richard Suggett says, wrong. I had white hair that turned to blonde and then dark. Really? 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 That does sound a bit creepy. Maybe it will. Maybe it will turn. It will turn ginger sooner or later. I'll tell you whether these are true or false. The answer is okay. So actually, there we are. A dowager. It is true that a dowager is the widow of a peer and a baronet. And Julie Andrews was the original Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady. Is it true that fleas are? Is it true that fleas or false? Is it true or false that fleas are bloodsuckers? Are they bloodsuckers? And one for a geography people. So that's a question. That was question 4. So you can write 4 on your answer. Fleas are bloodsuckers. True or false? Wyoming, this is number 5, is on the Canadian border of the USA. Is that true or false? Wyoming is on the border with the USA. True or false? That's 4 and 5 question. See what you make of that. Any more of those? True or false? The Ring of Fire is where the most volcanoes are situated in the Pacific. The Ring of Fire. I think that's false. I think that's a misnomer. I don't think that's true. I think that's where earthquakes happen. I'm guessing. Maybe I don't know. Claire? Good question, though. I wonder if it... I wonder. Maybe you can let us know. I'm watching Eagle. Kevin Hall says he was wrong. Richard Suggett says, yep, really. Yep. Oh, yep, really, about the hair. My goodness, that's amazing. Martin Snow says blonde hair is linked to levels of testosterone. I assume that's coming. I haven't quite seen. Oh, to levels of... Blonde hair is linked to levels of testosterone. Well, linked in what way? Higher or low testosterone? Too much testosterone that's bleached the hair or not enough? That's what we want to know. Number 5 is false, says Judith Oakley, that Wyoming is on the Canadian border of the USA, she says. Is it false, though, or is it true? Be interested to hear your comments. Is this going well? Are you enjoying this, by the way? Are you enjoying us having a little sort of quiz night question, get involved and have a bit of fun? Are you? I'll be interested because we can do more of this sort of stuff. Not necessarily true or falses, but we'll find some more... have you got your falses in, have you? Have you? Nice. We'll find some more games to play. If you've got any games, by the way, that you think will work very well on the show like this, it's got to be interactive, then do let me know. Send me an email, richard@vobes, V for Victor, O-B-E, old brown envelope, S for sugar, or old brown elephant will do, V-O-B-E-S, richard@vobes.com. Send me an email with your game suggestions for the Vobes show, and we will play it on Monday. You've got the whole weekend, ladies and gentlemen, to think about it. David says true. I don't know which one. True or false? What time does the show finish? No, Daniel, you haven't got the idea. It's a statement. You ask us. I don't know why I'm bothering. You ask a statement. You say a statement. Is this a fact? And then it's true or false. You know, it's not like what time does the show end? True or false? You have to say the show ends at 8:30, true or false? And then we go, 8:30, is that true or is that false? Do you see how it works? I know it's complicated. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard to, it's Friday night and everyone's on the didgeridoo stuff. Martin So says blonde, high levels of dumb. Oh, is blonde. Oh, okay. Wait, dumb and testosterone. Wait, I don't understand the connection. By the way, Martin, I must see you about this sodding DVD. Are you free on Sunday? True or false? We'll go and sort it out Sunday, which would be good if you're free in the afternoon. Dave Baker says he loves it. It's fun. Oh, that's good. Thank you very much. Quiz nights are fun, says Mark. He loves it. There we are. Keeps him separated from Nikki, so that must be good. Claire says she likes it, which is good. Have sat down, Richard. Rest your legs for the walks. No, I like the energy of being up on your feet. When you sit down, you sort of go blah. Everybody, which is no good. Love pub quizzes, says Linda Kane. So we may do some of those. Glenn Johnson says my bass strings need changing. True or false? Now, see, that's interesting. How would we know to evaluate? That's a guess. That is a guess, you see. There's no point bringing up a guess question because we could be right, we could be wrong. At some point, no doubt, we will be right. They will need changing at some point. So, you know, you've got to have a statement of fact, not something that people, a general knowledge thing. You know this, Glenn. You're a naughty, naughty boy. You may look rough and tough with your, you know, your Heineken haircut. But, believe me, when it comes to it, that is not a very sensible... I reckon they probably do need changing. So I think it's... I don't know which way round you ask, but I think they need changing. So go and change them. Go and change it. Find a cat, get some cat gut, and get it on your double bass immediately. True or false, says Danny Harris. Richard was cosy in Snug and Cozy. I think that's what it was called. True or false? Richard was cosy in Snug and Cozy. Well, I can tell you immediately what that one is. That is false. I was snug. I know, because...
Oh, cosy, you slimpin slum slubbert, you shibbit double douche number, oh, you tippy shinby, but floon flubber. That snuggy, you slip... Oh! Yeah, what's the mean, Clapper? You do slub it a bit? You dimpy, you're adding the flapping and digging up the floor snossers. The floor snossers? Yeah, don't flask and bean bonko. Go and digging up the floor snossers. I'd heard a snibbit. What the floor snossers, yippee?
Yeah, it was hours of entertainment, that was, ladies and gentlemen. I could do that for ages. Robert Crosser says, boil your bass string. Boil them. Boil them. Correct, says Glenn. They do need changing. Marvellous. Well, that's fantastic. Martin Snow says 23. I don't know what that was. 23. 23 what? 23, it sounds like it. Maya is, oh, for the love of God, it's disappeared. Hang on a minute, Maya. Hold on. Just don't go away. I'm trying to get there. Where is it? Maya says, oh, I've lost you, Maya. Oh, for goodness sake, do not anger the champs. Oh, blimey. What have we done now? How have we angered the champs? Mark Selwood says, true or false? Richard done an adult video on sex investigations. That's a good question. I wonder if anybody knows that one. True or false? Richard did, or made, an adult video on sex investigations. True or false? That's an interesting one. We'll come back to that if I can remember. We've got 8 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn Johnson says boil. Rust. Oh yes, they'll rust because presumably they're metal, are they? They're metal. It's not like it's not catgut, is it? It's some sort of metal. What? How do they do it? Because it's like a spring, isn't it? Very tight, it's all, you know, like a spiral of. I don't know how they do it, but it's not just a strand, is it? These strings, they're not actually a strand. If I think that's right. Maya says in the film Mary Poppins, Dick Van Dyke played 3 roles. I think that's true, actually. I think he did play 3 roles. He was... now, just see if we can get these roles. He was the chimney sweep, and then he played 2 other roles. I think that might be true. I have a suspicion that he was more than 1 role. Robert says, I boil my guitar strings. Oh, well, guitar, I think, and double bass are 2 different instruments, if I remember rightly. I mean, neither of them can you put under your chin and play with a bow. That's one good thing. Daniel says, I have thought of a good game. I Spy. Oh, yes. You could play I Spy in here, couldn't you? You could play it with me. I spy with my little eye, something beginning with S. I spy with my little eye, something beginning with S. And then you would all have to guess, wouldn't you? And, of course, in this case, it's star. Oh, I've ruined it. I've ruined it already. But, yeah, good game. We may play that. We may play that on another occasion. Martin Snow says, yes, he did do a sex film. Richard did. It's true. It is very true, ladies and gentlemen. I did make a film about sex investigations. If you go into YouTube, if you've got nothing else better to do, and you want some little bit of adult entertainment, Daniel, shut your ears, then you can find The Sex Detective. If you put Richard Vobes, The Sex Detective, into YouTube, I believe something interesting may pop up. Let me tell you, it was a spoof program I made as a pilot for Channel 5 in something like 2003. and Channel 5, and I took it, well, I made it about Channel 5, and I took it to Channel 4. It was Channel 4. Went to see the commissioning editor of Channel 4, who loved it, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, but didn't commission it. Story of my life. Loved it, didn't commission it. He said, yes, it's brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's too expensive for us. I don't think we can make it for less than 100,000, he said. I didn't want to tell him I made it for less than £100. But he thought it would be too expensive. Anyway, go and check it out. The Sex Detective on YouTube. You have to put in the search engine Richard Vobes, otherwise I don't think it will come up. Nikki is doing a run. Oh, is doing her unusual runner. Is she saying goodbye? Good night, Richard. Good night, Julie. Have a lovely weekend. Why, Nikki, do you do that? Why do you do it 5 minutes before the show ends? Why can't you wait to the bitter end? What is it, Nikki? Why? Why? I want to know. What is on at 9 o'clock that has your attention that you've got to switch this off and go running off to? Is it Mark? Is Mark on the phone? Hello, Nikki. Mark here from down under. Down under the duvet. No, I don't mean down under the duvet. I mean Mark here from deepest, darkest Cornwall. Down in the tin mines, down there. Down there in the tin mines where they go hacking and looking for tin. See? Down there. I'm doing a West Country accent because I can't actually do a Cornish accent, but there you are. See, I have to get it's as near as I can get. See, thank you, and that's what it is. Aunt Sally, Aunt Sally, I've got my silly head on, Aunt Sally. Oh, John Pertwee was lovely, wasn't he? Kevin Saul says, "Old man in the bank, Dickie." Well, oh, the old man. There we go. He was one of the Dick Van Dyke players. That's right. Glenn Johnson says, boiling makes them sound bright, but does not lengthen the life. They're not conkers, are they? They're not conkers. Remember we used to do that with conkers, boil them in vinegar? Martin Snows, only if you were registered as an adult on YouTube. Oh, yes, you can only watch it if you're registered as an adult on YouTube. I didn't know that. Yeah, I protected it because I didn't want people to accidentally stumble across it and go, oh, that's rude. He does rude stuff. It was a spoof, you see. It was a spoof. It was a comedy. It was comedy. It was adult. I've just finished with Snug and Cozy. I couldn't get any other TV series, and I thought I don't want people to think that I am just, one of these children's entertainers, and that's it. So I thought, what is the most extreme other end of the scale? Oh, I'll do something which is soft porn. It's not really porn, but it was soft. It was adult thing. And at the time, there was a lot of this sort of soft... And I thought, let's take the mickey out of that and sell it to Channel 4. Because Channel 5 was doing it, and they thought it was great. They loved it, but they just thought it was too expensive. Typical. I mean, how many times could I have been a multi-million-pound person if only these lovely people at the commissioning editors have thought, that Richard Vobes, he's got something. There's a glint there. There's something there. We should invest in him. Yeah, they should have done. Look, here am I, battling it out on Facebook. It's amazing. And on YouTube with my silly walks. Yes, I could have set up the ministry of the silly walks, really, shouldn't I? The ministry of the walks across the countryside, getting strung up by electric fences. Dear, oh dear. Kevin Hall says, if I said to my son to boil your guitar string, he would have throttled me. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. Emily Champion says, boil your head instead. Oh, nice. Daniel says, Richard, could you please give a shout out for my YouTube channel? Daniel's YouTube channel! If you can put the URL in, you've got about 2 minutes or a minute and a half to put the URL in for your YouTube channel in the link, Dean says, I've been into a tin mine or two. Brave men they were in those days. Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't want to go down in there. And actually, to be honest with you, these days, it's almost as dangerous nipping into the supermarket, especially when it's the weekend or at Christmas time, trying to get to the aisle where the tins are, to be fair. I mean, I'm talking about either the soups or the six-packs, it is a bit of a risky job going down there with the old trolley, whether the trolley was down there trying to extract tin in a tin mine, or the trolley is going down aisle 5 to get the 4X or whatever it is people drink. Yeah, those tin mines are terrible. At least on the way out, though, you can have a few, and it will sort of, soften the blow. Maya says, answers to Mary Poppins, false, only 2 roles, Bert the chimney sweep and the elder Mr. Dawes. Only 2 roles. Well, there we go. Rachel says D4 Bricks is his thing. The URL, http://youtube.com/D4 Bricks, I think is what you need to write in there. Mark says, I was shocked seeing breasts in the same room as you in that video, says Mark. Yes, they're bouncing breasts. Lovely people who helped me on that video. These days, I don't think I could convince people to bare their breasts because I was making a film. Back in those days, it was quite a novelty. But there we are. That's it. So that's it. That's our hour done. And let me tell you the answers to the are fleas bloodsuckers. Let's have a look. Are fleas bloodsuckers? Yes, they are. Number 5 was false, which was Wyoming is on the Canadian border and the USA. That's about as far as we've got, wasn't it? There's loads more of those. But that's it. It's 9 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to tune in. I'll be back on Monday, and we'll play something else. We'll do some more fun and games, and we'll have bits and bobs and what have you. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, wait a minute. That was Henry David Allen's phrase. Hello. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's been lovely to be with you. It's 9 o'clock on the dot, says Daniel. Yes, I know. I'm not doing any overtime, Not doing overtime for nothing. And if anybody by any chance happens to be feeling generous and wants to whack a few pence my way, then go to baldexplorer.com and do the donations. This is the reason I'm on this at the moment about the donations, and you will hear me asking for cash, is I'm just doing my accounts. Anybody who's self-employed knows you've got to get the accounts in by the end of January or you get stung for a fee. And I'm doing my accounts, and I've just worked out how much money I've spent on the show. Going through the receipts, and I can tell you the balance is in the wrong direction. Wrong direction? Isn't that a band? Oh no, that was One Direction. Anyway, I'm not going in that direction. Thank you so much. Been lovely to see you. Do take care. I suppose Nikki's gone, is she? But never mind. Poor old Mark is now playing there his violin with Glenn's strings, which is a bit of a blow. But not to worry. I must go. Take it easy. Nice to see you. Bye for now. Hang on. I've got to go and play the little thing in to say goodbye, and I shall do that in this way. Ta-ta, ta-ta, goodbye. See you on Monday.